I've seen a lot of hair trends come and go, but bob haircuts, they never really leave. They just evolve with us. And in 2025, they've come back not just with a bang, but with a purpose. Sleeker, softer, bolder, the bob is having its moment again. But here's the part no one talks about. Just because a bob is trending doesn't mean it's the right one for you. Especially when your face has changed, your lifestyle has shifted, and you've got better things to do than spend an hour styling your hair every morning. So today, I want to do something better than just list 5 hot styles. I want you to imagine this. You walk into a cafe. Someone turns, looks at you, smiles, and says, "You look amazing. Did you do something to your hair?" That's the moment we're chasing. Not trendy, not 20-something, but the kind of cut that makes you feel lighter, lifted, and more you right now. We're not guessing. We're matching. We'll look at what works with your face, your texture, your confidence, not against it. Whether your hair is thinning, silver, wavy, or somewhere in between, I promise you, at least one of these bobs will feel like it was always meant for you. And one of them, it's secretly a facelift in disguise. We'll get there, but trust me, you'll want to see the ones leading up to it too. Let's jump in and find the bob that doesn't just look good, but feels like home. Let's start with a bob that's making the rounds everywhere right now. But like most things in life, it needs just the right touch to actually work. The soft volume bob. Some call it the bubble bob, but don't let the name fool you. This cut isn't about puff, it's about lift. Picture this, softly rounded ends that curve in, giving your hair bounce and fullness, without making it look heavy or stiff. It's like your hair is gently hugging your jawline, not smothering it. You don't need rollers or an hour of heat. A round brush or even your fingers and a dryer can bring this shape to life. It's polished, but approachable. But here's the twist. Most women think volume equals youthful, but if your face is already round, adding a round bob on top of that can actually double the puff. And suddenly, your hair is aging you, not lifting you. So who's this cut perfect for? If your hair feels a little thin, especially near the jawline or temples, this bob brings balance and softness. It gives the illusion of fuller hair without weighing you down. Here's the little-known trick. Ask your stylist to leave the length just below the chin. It subtly elongates your face while keeping that soft volume around the lower half. The perfect balance of lift and length. This is a cut that says fresh, not fussy. It moves when you do. It grows out gracefully. And if you want to change it up later, switch the part, tweak the shape, and you've got a whole new vibe. But if this bob feels a little too soft, too safe, and you're craving something with edge, stay with me. Because up next is the bob that makes a statement before you even say hello. Now this next one, she walks into a room before you do. I call her the confidence cut, because you don't just wear this bob, you own it. Some might call it a micro bob, but the name doesn't matter. What matters is what it says. This cut is cropped close in the back, rising up the nape of the neck, and in front, it stops just at the cheekbones. Not long enough to hide behind, but just long enough to frame your face like a soft, sculpted collar. And if you add a side-swept bang, it's like a built-in cheekbone lift. Here's the unexpected gift. For women with finer or thinning hair, this cut creates instant fullness. Why? Because shorter lengths naturally bring volume right where it counts, at the crown, the temples, the cheekbones. It's also a dream if you have a shorter neck. Counterintuitive but true. When the back is cut high and clean, your neck actually looks longer and more graceful. It's like tailoring for your silhouette, but with scissors. This cut is bold, but not harsh. Cool, but not cold. It says, I know exactly who I am, and I'm not apologizing for any of it. But let's be honest, this isn't for everyone. If you're not quite ready to show your neckline, Or if you love tossing your hair up into a ponytail, this might feel a little too bare. And depending on your natural hairline, getting that crisp back may require going quite short, maybe even a subtle undercut. But if you're in a season of life where you want to feel awake, alive, and maybe just a little rebellious, this could be your signature move. Still, maybe you want something less statement and more subtle sophistication. Coming up next, a bob that whispers elegance, but leaves a lasting impression. Now let's shift gears from bold and edgy to polished and poised. This one's for the woman who doesn't want to chase trends, because she sets the tone the moment she walks in. I call it the structured elegance bob, though the internet might label it a box bob. But that name doesn't even come close to how graceful it can look when done right. Here's the idea. It's clean, sleek, and softly assertive. The ends are blunt, not wispy. The lines are intentional, not fussy. And when this bob lands just at the chin or grazes the collarbone, it gives structure, the kind that makes silver hair shimmer and straight strands look like silk. But here's where most women get tripped up. This cut may look minimal, but if your hair is naturally thick or wavy, those blunt ends can create a triangle faster than you can say, flat iron. Instead of elegance, you get poof. The fix? Invisible layering. Just enough soft shaping underneath to reduce bulk, without breaking that sharp silhouette you fell in love with. This cut is ideal if your hair is fine to medium and holds shape well. You like a style that always looks put together, even when you've done nothing but run a brush through it. And most of all, if you want to look refined without looking strict. Because this bob carries the same energy as a crisp white blouse and pearl studs. Timeless, effortless, quietly powerful. But if this sounds just a little too tidy for your taste, if you'd rather your hair dance when you move, up next is a bob that's breezier, softer, and just a little bit undone in the best way. All right, let's loosen things up a little, because not every woman wants to look like she just stepped out of a high-end salon. Some of us, we want to look like we just got back from brunch, or yoga, or an impromptu gallery stroll. Meet the playful chic bob, the breezy, relaxed cousin of the more structured cuts. It's a revival of the 90s layered bob, but with a modern twist. Slightly longer than the chin, layered in all the right places, and soft enough to move with you, without looking messy. What makes this bob special? It has air in it. Not volume, air. It feels light, touchable, effortless. And here's the kicker. You don't need a curling iron or round brush. Most days, it styles itself. And when done right, it gives the impression of, I didn't try too hard. Even if you spent 5 minutes zhuzhing it before running out the door. Who is this bob perfect for? Women with a natural bend or wave in their hair. Those who wear glasses, because this cut frames the face without crowding it. Anyone who wants softness and shape without stiffness. Caution, if your hair is super thick or naturally voluminous, too much layering can turn this into a puffball. But if your hair is fine or medium, this is a dream. You get body where you want it and freedom where you need it. Think vacation hair that works every day. The kind of cut you wear to the farmer's market and still look elegant at dinner. But if you're craving something just a little more luxurious, something with that cinematic feel, our final bob is going to take you somewhere sun-drenched and timeless. Now this one? She doesn't shout. She strolls slowly through a sunlit piazza in linen pants and oversized sunglasses, and turns heads without ever looking back. I call her the timeless Italian bob, because no matter where you are in life, this cut has that effortless bella figura energy that just works. What makes it special isn't the length. It can be just below the chin or fall softly near the collarbone. What makes it iconic is the airiness in the shape, the softness in the layers, and the way it bends and moves, like your hair just knows how to fall in all the right places. Often paired with a side-swept bang or a casual face-framing fringe, this bob doesn't fight your features. It follows them gently. So who does this bob love most? Almost everyone, with the right adjustments. If your hair has a slight wave or bend, it's made for this cut. If you don't want to blow dry every day, this bob air dries like a dream. And if you want to look elegant without looking styled, this might be your forever cut. But let me be honest, it's not totally magic. If your hair is very thin, this bob might fall a little flat without help. You'll want a volumizing product or a light blow dry to bring it to life. And if your hair is super straight and won't hold a bend, you may need to cheat a bit with a hot brush or a body wave. Still, the Italian bob is like a great silk scarf. It goes with everything, never looks outdated, and makes you feel instantly put together, even if you're just grabbing groceries. And now that you've seen all 5, before you pick a favorite, we have to talk about something most women overlook, and it's the #1 reason bobs go wrong. Coming up next, the truth that could save your haircut before it even begins. Now, before you rush to screenshot your favorite bob, I want to leave you with something so many women overlook. The names, the labels, the trending titles. Honestly, they don't matter nearly as much as we think they do. What one stylist calls a box bob, another might see as a structured crop. That dreamy Italian bob you saw on Pinterest, it might not even be Italian. And when there's a mismatch between what you say and what your stylist envisions, that's when the heartbreak happens. So here's the real secret. Use these names as inspiration, not instruction. Collect photos. Circle what you love, even what you don't. And most importantly, be ready to talk about how you want to feel, not just how you want to look. Do you want lift, softness, simplicity, confidence? That's the language your stylist needs to hear, because the perfect bob, it's not about chasing a trend. It's about choosing a shape that fits who you are right now. Confident, refined, unapologetically you. So tell me, which one spoke to you most? Let me know in the comments. I read every one. And if you want to take it further, in the next video, I'll show you how to style each of these bobs at home with minimal effort and maximum glow. Because darling, this isn't about hair. It's about showing up as the woman you've become and looking in the mirror with a smile that says, there you are.